those videos. It's not how you look. If you're cool, beautiful, you have a beard, or you have shaved your head. No one really cares. If you can help them, you can be green as far as we're concerned. So today I want to walk you through the part that I really left off in advertising video that we shot a couple of days ago. I don't really remember, a few days ago. That really isn't the most important part of this video. The most important part is how can you leverage advertising without going to digital media. And of course, when I talk about it, I mostly, I mean, 90% cases it's Facebook and Google ads. So what should you do and how you can deploy and take advantage of traditional ways of advertising. When it comes to advertising, we have false belief that advertising is an expense. Advertising should be treated all time, every day, and every single moment from the first taking a pen and putting a business plan together taking the key and closing the door of your business as an investment. When you put $1 in, you want to get 120, 130, 150, two, sometimes even 10, $20 out. And that is advertising. You have to measure your advertising. You're not like Nike, so you can go to sole purpose of brand advertising and putting your name out there. That doesn't mean anything. That is an expense, because I once was on a live call. I forgot who it was, but one of the gurus, really smart guy when it comes to business, and he's like, when you are above $100 million, then you can go start build a brand. Before that, please measure and track everything. And when you put $1 in, go for 120 out. Not necessarily today, but in the long term. That is why we need lifetime value of our customers just nailed, and have 100% certainty of how much is every single customer worth to us. And by having that, then we can even have our advertising for free, and I'll explain you how in a moment. The traditional mediums of advertising and traditional ways of advertising: best, print media and direct mail. If you know how to write and persuade people in print, direct mail is just the king, because you can track and measure everything. How much you spend, how many direct mail pieces have you sent, how many did you get back, how much money was put in that, in everything from the writing of the copy of your ad to the packing up the pieces, sending them to the post office, how much you owe it, and so on and so on and so on. So you have to have a complete round number about every single thing that costs you when you are sending direct mail. The first mailing is probably going to be the most expensive, because you have to design the packages on that, and after that it's all just duplicating. And you have to know how much is coming back. So if you have two different offers, if you have two different audiences, and you want them to call your office, or you want them to mail a coupon, have different kinds of coupons, have different lines, telephone lines in your office, so you know exactly that here I have put $1,000 and I got 2,200 back, and here I have put $1,000 and it got me 4,000 back. So this thing is almost twice as successful as this one, so I will mail this one to 10,000 addresses, and I will stop mailing this one. Or I sent this to 65-year-old men's, and I sent these to 30-year-old men's, and these 65-year-olds performed 2 times better. You will know that only by measuring and tracking everything. If you fail to track and measure, you will be just flying blind, throwing mud at the wall and hoping that something will stick. And that's not the way to do business. Hope is not a strategy. Hope is awesome when you're drowning in the ocean and your ship just has sank. It will save your life. But when you're doing business, forget about hope. Have math in place and have precise strategy of what are you doing, what are you measuring, and what do you want to get in return, and then aim for that. Have clear focus on what you want and go and work on it until you get it. Not, you don't have necessarily to write your copy, you don't have to mail your direct mail pieces, you don't have to do any of those stuff, but you have to know what do you want. And when you have somebody do that for you, you get a consultant or an advertising agency, or you have to know what do you want back. You have to have that in mind. I will put $10,000 in this, I want at least 12,000 back. And that is, you have to have clarity. And when you know that, then you can flip it and try different, you can go to Experian or Epsilon, I believe. Those are data collectors, and you can buy all kinds of lists. You can narrow down those lists to, like, if you're selling something for babies, you can target new moms, just as you can do on Facebook, if Facebook haven't forbid that, because there were some privacy issues in I believe May in the last year. So I believe that Facebook still has it. I forgot to check it out, but I will do that for you. And you can go buy all those kinds of information. All those are, when you have your customer avatar, that is the best possible person that you want inside your business. That when 60-year-old woman comes in, 40 years old and 20 years old, you know that 40 years old with children is your best buyer. The lifetime value of that customer is like $400, and of these ones is 200 and 100. You have to have math. It's everything is around math. When you have that in place, then you can go and rent a list of new moms that are above 40 or between 40 and 45, and then mail your offers just to them, because you know that what are you selling, and the way you are communicating resonates the best with 40 years old women who have children. And that is why you need to have like measurement for everything you are doing inside your business. It is not easy, but there are a couple of major points inside your business. You don't have to measure all kinds of crap, excuse my French, but we are measuring things that just doesn't matter anything to us. In the long run, they're just completely irrelevant. And when you measure these stuff that I just told you, then you can get back and have just explode your business with advertising, because advertising is only surefire way to build wealth. Learn to how to turn advertising into profits. Then you are not reliant on anybody. You know how to write copy, or you know someone who knows how to write copy. You know how to send direct mail pieces, or again, you have someone who knows how to do it, and you're just on top of the mountain. And everybody will be like, holy F, what happened? How is possible that this guy can afford all these kind of advertisement? And that will happen when you build lifetime value of your customers with, as we told, average order value, one-time offers, and all those stuff that we talked about in some of our previous videos. When you have those, you can go in and sacrifice money up front, because you know that on the back end you will make tons of money from the customers that start relationship on you. You can even relationship with you. I'm sorry. You can even go as losing money. If you're a brick and mortar business, you can go and lose money on the first sale if you know that if I buy this t-shirt, I will come back and buy it one more and one more and one more time. And if you know that every single person that buys this t-shirt, it will buy 5 times in the next 12 months, then you can get this t-shirt for $12 from China or wherever you get your stuff, and sell it for $7 and lose money up front, because you know that this t-shirt is awesome, and on average every single person that buys this t-shirt, you can even give it for free, because you know it's the best t-shirt in the world. And when you have that, you can now you can flip it. You can go, for example, they say that radio doesn't work. Well, radio is not working, but listen to this approach. You go on radio, you put, because every radio station has unused advertising time, every single one. And if you approach them with clarity and knowing exactly what you want and going inside their heads and thinking what they want, you can negotiate just amazing prices. And here's the catch, because doing it solely on the radio is suicidal. It's ridiculous. But listen, then you go to Epsilon or Experian and you rent a list of those radio listeners, and those people are every morning in their car, they're listening to the same radio and they're listening to your advertisement, and you're talking about something and talking about your brand and talking about your name or about you personally or whatever you're selling. And after that, you get that list and send them direct mail package. Boom, man, your response will be through the roof. These are the tactics and strategies that 99.9% of quote-unquote business consultants don't know even exist. And these are some of the most powerful tools when you combine mediums, when you just put a net around your prospects and just strike from every angle. Even then go online, digital media, then go in print. You can go whenever you're going for a print media, please, every single time that you're putting your ads inside the newspapers, that's basically print media. Please have the same font and the same layout as the newspaper. Don't let people think when they flip over the paper and look at your ad like, holy fuck, this is an ad, and turn it over. Let them feel like they're just reading another article, and write something that will genuinely help them. And at the end, have a coupon or something that they can mail to get your remedy, your product, your groceries, your whatever you're selling. That's the point. And then you know that that you have in that particular paper in Florida, you have that ad. Then run the ads by the list from the Experian or Epsilon, by the list of the readers of that same newspaper, and then give them direct mail where you will tell them that they can get it on a discount, that you have one-time offer that for them that ends in a couple of days. Always have scarcity and urgency in anything that you're selling. It will move people to action. And talk to them when you know where that newspaper is selling. Talk to them in their local area. Tell them this is only for Florida people. This is only for New York citizens, and something like that, so they can be like, oh, that's for me, because you want to have that part that I talked about, that part called dog whistle copy. So it speaks to your perfect audience, and when it speaks to your perfect audience, it has to be repelling to everybody else, but it has to magnetically attract the best people that you want inside your business. So if you combine these that I've just went through with you, I can guarantee you that if you decently write your copy, because it won't be about the copy. If I hear your ad on the radio and then you send me direct mail and then I open newspaper and I'm like, man, this guy is everywhere. He's probably really successful in his product. He's probably awesome because he can afford to be all around. That's called omnipresence by Frank Kern. And then you can go even further and go on Facebook and hit those same customers on Facebook, and you will be through the roof. And of course, measure everything. Stack the offers constantly, non-stop stacking of the offers, non-stop increasing average order value, non-stop putting one-time offer, upselling after buying anything and everything. Always have it. No one will be like, this dude is. Be genuine about it. Have a perfect product for your customers. Have useful and I take that as a given when I'm consulting with anybody, that product is providing massive value for the people that they're buying it. That is like that's written in stone for me. If that doesn't exist, we cannot do business. So I'm assuming that product is really helpful. Then you go upselling and then downselling. You can go for 2 upsells and then 2 downsells, and I can guarantee you that 1 in 1,000 will go through all of that and spend with you. Instead of buying $15 hat, they will buy up to a jacket that costs $1,000. Just have that for them. You can even record a video about that. You can put pictures, you can write copy, you can say where did you get it from, how it's made, why it's so important, why it's so unique, who wears those jackets, where did you get them from. You can go all around. You can have thousands of different angles for your copy, explaining, give people reason why. It's called reason why in writing copy, reason why they should buy it right now. And that is, we're already 16 minutes in it. I was like, I will do this video to be just 5, you know. And my son is yelling in my other room, so I will have to get him because my wife is probably making some dinner. It's around 8 o'clock here in Europe. So thank you for joining me. You know the deal. This is what I do for a living. I grow businesses for a living, and this is the part of these series of irrefutable laws of business growth. All we do and every single thing starts with building a business growth blueprint. It's that thing that I showed you in previous videos, where we go backwards. We find out where do we want to be in 12 months, then we move backwards and build everything. And you get that from me, regardless of you choosing to become a client or not. So that is completely free, strategizing your business and going through every single step and seeing and finding out how can we find what I call low-hanging fruit profits. And when we find those, we find the best ways to implement them without overwhelm and just aiming for the instant results. Because if I don't get instant, I can be anything for you, but if I don't get instant results revenue wise, I will feel like your secretary, and I cannot live with that. So it has to be as soon as possible. In first 7 days, I can get my services to be free for you in first 7 days, we will do that. We'll focus on that, implement immediately. If you're a long-term thinker and you don't have problems with being like, I make you a suggestion and we agree upon something, and you'll be like, okay, and then you implement it. Boom, that's it. You know, there is no genius about it. You put it out there. From every 5 things, probably 3 won't work, but those 2 that work, those will be just through the roof, and that's what's most important. So thank you for joining me. You will have a link in the comments, YouTube's. I will put a link for you in the description of the video. Click the link, read the letter, fill out the questionnaire, and if I think that we are a match and that I can help you, I will reach to you, and then we can schedule a call and do some awesome stuff for your business. So thanks once again for joining me, and talk to you soon. Bye bye. So let's end this video. As always, Enigma. See you later. So YouTube, we'll just end it. Thank you for joining me.